Coming up on this week's edition of Mox News, Step Show has been canceled. We find out why.
Last week was I Love UTC week. We give you an inside look.
And find out why part of the UC is closed.
I'm Michael Blair.
And I'm Emily Willis. Your news starts now. One of the most popular events for UTC Homecoming won't be back this year.
The UTC Homecoming Committee has decided to take away Step Show for next year. Step Show has been a homecoming tradition at UTC in early 90s where any organization is encouraged to participate.
This past year, the MPHC decided they no longer wanted to participate in Step Show and had their own at another location off campus. Complaints from the MPHC on how Step Show violates their ritual was the main reasoning on why Step Show was taken away.
Stepping is a very important tradition for those organizations and is a part of their culture and kind of a part of their heritage. And so what we've seen over the last couple of years is that a number of our kind of IFC and Panhellenic organizations have been doing some of those same steps, not realizing kind of the cultural importance and heritage behind them.
Sources say that since so many students are upset about Step Show being taken away, they will be replacing it with another activity, but they don't know what yet.
Safety concerns shut down one of the more visible parts of our campus. If you wondered why part of the stairs in the University Center are closed, we have the answer. A large mirror fell off the wall in the main lobby that fronts Lansing Court. That happened in the early morning hours this week and no one was hurt. What looks like windows high up on the wall are actually mirrors. Scaffolding will soon go up so workers can inspect and remove any mirror sections that are unsafe.
Students, teachers, and staff got to celebrate all things that make up our campus. This week-long event is called I Love UTC Week. Photographer Austin Christensen shows us the kickoff.
I love UTC.
I love UTC.
This is our traditional I Love UTC week when we celebrate all things UTC, lots of events going on. So it's just an opportunity for our students and our faculty and staff to tell us why they love UTC.
We're learning where faculty and staff are coming together with students. They're telling why they love UTC. They're learning that they have common bonds. You know, I love UTC because this is where I met my spouse, or I love UTC because the teachers are great, or I met my best friend.
We love UTC.
I Love UTC Week also featured UT legend Philip Fulmer. The UTC College of Business Leadership speaker featured the esteemed Vols coach. The series provides students, faculty, staff, and the entire Chattanooga community with the opportunity to receive insight and guidance from industry leaders. Here's what Coach Fulmer had to say about this speech in the University Center.
So you have to work through the process. And there are lots of mentors, there's lots of help. You just got to go ask somebody. You can't go into a corner and kind of hunker down and think everything's going to be okay. There are resources out there that will help you get to where you want to get to.
Fulmer later had lunch with 25 students from the UTC Business School.
Some may think research is boring and not worth your time, but a campus event wants to change that thinking.
Research Dialogues returns to campus April 11th and 12th. Here's what it's all about.
Our laboratory studies the how and why some bacteria are able to take up fatty acids from their environment, fatty acids that they do not make. So, for instance, Vibrio cholera, which lives in the ocean and alternates between an aquatic and host environment, sees different fatty acids that we've discovered it can take up and use to modify its membrane and other virulence behaviors. And so we're trying to figure out, we've observed several phenotypic responses, and we're trying to discover, are there signaling pathways involved? How is this benefiting the bacteria? Or alternatively, can we take advantage of the membrane alterations to make them more vulnerable to antibiotic treatment?
And we are doing research at Erlanger Hospital, we're doing research in local PT clinics, and what we're looking at is the environment of these clinics, the microbes that are found in the environment, and pointing out in particular certain types of pathogens. They're infections that patients are contracting when they go to these clinics. And these hospital-acquired infections are a big problem nowadays.
We went and swabbed the neonatal intensive care unit for bacteria, and right now we're trying to figure out what specific environments, harbor certain levels of bacteria, and to try and give feedback to the hospital administration about cleaning practices and how they can best, effectively treat these infections that they're having in the babies in the neonatal intensive care unit.
So my research is about reducing the noise of an airplane. So I simulate and investigate the problem using a supercomputing system available at the Sim Center. So what I am doing is I am simulating the airplane and the flow around the airplane to investigate the problem of the noise and try to ultimately try to reduce the noise of an airplane.
Broadly speaking, my research looks at child and teenage citizenship and activism during social movements, and some of the particular research questions I analyze is to look at how young people perceive and understand and define their own role as citizen in the context of public leadership.
So I do a lot of research in ways in which studies of the humanities can, in fact, really enhance the work that physicians of all kinds do. They're not treating diseases, they're not treating symptoms. In my mind, they're treating people. And they need to know as much about people as they can, and studying the humanities is a great way to do that.
The deadline to enter to present your research is February 28th. If you don't want to take part, you can still see all the work going on our campus when the dialogues are held in April. Now let's move on to weather. We've been having some record-breaking temperatures this February, and it doesn't look as though we're going to get away from them anytime soon. After some scattered thunderstorms and gusty winds Saturday, temperatures will dip down into the 50s for Sunday. However, things are going to keep warming up back to the 60s. Scattered showers will form Tuesday and turn into scattered thunderstorms late Wednesday. Come Wednesday, temperatures will be back into the 70s and linger there.
The Mocs suffered their second consecutive loss earlier this week in a road contest against Sanford. UTC was down 8 at halftime before they made a second-half push to send the game to overtime. However, it was not enough as Sanford outscored the Mocs 9-5 in the overtime period and knocked out the Mocs out of contention for the regular season SoCon title. The Mocs now have 2 games left before the end of the season. Continuing with the men's team, the Mocs play their final home game of the regular season Saturday night against Mercer. The Mocs look to cap off a stellar season at home as they only have 2 losses here all season. The Mocs took the first matchup from Mercer in their home building, winning 70-68. The Mocs will then close the season next week against the Citadel before the SoCon tournament begins. We got to celebrate a major milestone for Moc sports. Members from the 1977 Division II team for men's basketball came back to celebrate. Here's a look back.
Chattanooga has won the National Small College Championship, beating Randolph-Macon 71-62, and Bedlam has broken loose. The Nets will come down in Springfield. Tears will be shed, and folks are happy. Final score, UT Chattanooga 71, Randolph-Macon 62. The Mocs are the National Small College champions.
UTC hosted the 1977 National Championship team over the weekend. The Mocs had the team in the public eye for the first time in several years as the team got together celebrating the D2 National Championship. The team had a great fan base on hand as they gave out shirts to everybody, and Greek life got very active for this game as the fans were louder than they had been in the whole season as they got up for this game for ETSU. Unfortunately, it did not fall over to the court and the players. ETSU was controlling the game most of the way, while Mocs could not get anything going, and ETSU controlled the whole way. They had a 27-26 lead at one point before the ETSU team ran off 15 straight and ended up winning by more than 10.
We want to tell you about a fun event that will take place next week on campus. It's called Photo Night.
It's an annual event organized by Professor Billy Weeks, who is a renowned still photographer. Photo Night features the best work done by professionals and students.
It will be in the UC Auditorium next Wednesday night at 6. Hope to see you there. That does it for this edition of Mox News. Thank you for joining us. Check out our videos uploaded throughout the week to YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe.
We air on the UTC TV channel 2.1, so tune in and have a great weekend from all of us here at Mox News.